What would you do if someone handed you a 200 million yuan budget and told you, don't just film a show, risk your comfort, step into the wild, and let the world see who you really are? Tonight, we're not talking about another idle drama or a glossy variety show. We're talking about Wang Yibo, a camera, the raw power of nature, and a second season that dares to ask, are you brave enough to watch someone push life to the edge and still smile? This is StarWatch now, and this is the real story behind the trailer of Exploring New Horizons 2, the 200 million yuan journey that refuses to play it safe. For years, Wang Yibo was labeled a traffic star, a face that guaranteed views, trends, and commercial success. But in the trailer for Exploring New Horizons 2, that label suddenly feels too small. We are not looking at a glossy idol framed by neon stages. We are watching a young man standing on the edge of cliffs, in landscapes where fame means nothing and survival means everything. The transformation is not only visual, it is philosophical. He is no longer just borrowing scripts written by others. He is writing a narrative with his own footsteps, sweat, and breath. The camera does not flatter him. It exposes him. Every scratch, every exhale in the cold, every moment of hesitation becomes part of a new identity. Someone willing to trade comfort for honesty and applause for authenticity. In a world where many chase visibility at any cost, he does something quietly radical. He chooses depth over noise. The shift from traffic star to trailblazer of the wild is not a slogan. It is a road that must be walked, stone by stone, with no guarantee that the world will understand. Season 1 of Exploring New Horizons felt like opening an atlas for the first time. Rainforests, snow peaks, deserts, and oceans unfolded before us, and Wang Yibo's image expanded far beyond the usual celebrity frame. It proved that he was willing to step into difficulty, that he could carry a documentary format with sincerity and quiet endurance. That was the blueprint, the proof of concept. Season 2, hinted at in the trailer, does not simply repeat the formula. It leans into risk and refinement. The focus tightens. Rock faces grow steeper, the weather harsher, the routes more technical. The question is no longer, can an idol survive outdoors? It becomes, how far is he prepared to go in pursuit of real experience? With a larger budget and higher expectations, there is also a heavier unseen weight, the responsibility to honor the trust of viewers who believed in Season 1. Where the first season traced a bold outline, the second begins to shade in the details of character, philosophy, and consequence. It suggests that growth is not a highlight reel, but a series of deliberate, difficult choices made when no one can step in and replace you. At first glance, the trailer seems to show us Wang Yibo against the wild. Rock, ice, wind, water. Yet beneath the impressive images lies something more unsettling and intimate. The real tension does not only come from cliffs and storms. It comes from the tiny human moments in between. The second of silence before a leap. The look in his eyes when he realizes the margin for error is thin. The way his shoulders drop when exhaustion catches up. These are fragments the audience recognizes, not as extreme experiences, but as reflections of their own private struggles. The documentary stops being just a portrait of one man and starts to resemble a mirror held up to anyone who has ever been afraid to move forward. Viewers may never tie into a climbing rope or walk across a glacier, but they know what it means to stand at the edge of a decision and feel their heart race. By showing one person wrestling with fear, doubt, and determination in such a raw setting, the film quietly asks us, where are you standing still, and what would happen if you took one step more? If Season 1 introduced us to the idea of Wang Yibo as an explorer, Season 2 has the chance to turn exploration into a wider conversation. The trailer hints at challenges that go beyond physical bravery. There are glimpses of encounters with local guides, fleeting scenes that suggest not only landscapes, but cultures, histories, and personal stories. The series can deepen from man versus nature into human being in relationship with the world. Perhaps he listens to mountaineers who have lost friends on the same walls he climbs, or to villagers whose lives are shaped by the land he passes through. Perhaps he sits by a campfire and admits on camera that he is frightened or uncertain. These are not just dramatic moments. They are emotional bridges. Viewers can be invited to reflect on their own relationship with risk, with nature, with their bodies and limits. Even interactive elements, maps, behind-the-scenes training, gentle calls for viewers to try small, safe challenges in their daily lives, can turn the documentary into something living, something that continues after the screen goes dark. In this way, Exploring New Horizons 2 can grow beyond extreme sports content and become a layered dialogue about courage, responsibility, and connection. A 200 million yuan budget sounds grand, almost abstract, like a headline designed to impress. But when you look closer, that number begins to feel heavy. It pays for specialized crews who must stand in the cold or heat alongside him, for safety experts who calculate risks with ruthless precision, for medical support that is hopefully never needed but always present. It funds scouting, training, equipment, insurance, permissions, every quiet measure taken so that danger remains a challenge, not a tragedy. Yet money cannot purchase the most precious currency in this project: time and willingness. To commit to such a series, Wang Yibo has to give up other opportunities, accept physical strain, carry the pressure of knowing that one mistake could hurt not only himself but the entire team. The true cost of this documentary is not a check. It is the decision to place personal comfort, career convenience, and public image behind something more fragile and uncertain. A sincere attempt to do meaningful work. When audiences hear 200 million yuan, they might think of spectacle. In reality, much of that sum is spent trying to protect something invisible but vital: the thin line between bravery and recklessness, art and exploitation. In an age where our screens are crowded with conflict, scandal, and carefully curated perfection, the Exploring New Horizons 2 trailer offers a different kind of story. It does not ask us to laugh at someone's downfall or argue over manufactured drama. Instead, it invites us to witness a person voluntarily stepping into discomfort for the sake of growth. That choice matters because it reminds us that not all ambition is shallow, not all risk is careless, and not all fame is empty. For viewers who feel stuck in routine, there is something quietly healing about watching someone push past fear and doubt in a tangible, visible way. For those who are cynical about celebrities, there is a chance to reconsider what responsibility and effort can look like in the public eye. And for anyone who has forgotten that they once wanted more from life, the trailer is a small but persistent knock on the door. Remember? You too once wanted to explore. It matters not because it is louder than everything else online, but because, for a few minutes, it speaks to the part of us that still believes courage and sincerity are worth watching and worth practicing.